5-3, going up against the Cardinals, who come in at 2-6.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Dumps that off to Ware. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Cardinals. Spencer Ware, his second touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit at the 23. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. That's caught right side by Anderson. 30, 10, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Robbie Anderson, 77 yards. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So 5 yards for running into. Lucky it wasn't 15 for roughing.
No doubt about it, because they protect the kickers and the guys holding the ball almost as much as they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. They don't want those types of injuries.
This is taken at the 3. And he is going to feel that one. Knocked down hard. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. And they still need 8 yards for the first here on 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Looking for Hearns, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16, and he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So 2nd and 10 here.
Let's go!
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Robbie Anderson with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Here's the punter Gay now to send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
In motion comes the tight end left.
Detroit!
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. DeForest Buckner getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. Second down, sacked by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on 3rd? We'll see. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They run the counter now on 1st down. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
second down. Here's Garoppolo. He's going to go up top for the end zone. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
Now let's go!
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. The 49ers are going to turn over to the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. They'll run it now out of the gun. Only able to get it to his own 20 after breaking through the contact. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
They run again with Ware. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
On the run, it's Ware. And some room to work. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39.
All right, here we go. Detroit! Detroit! All right, now let's go.
They'll run now with Ware. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up a throw. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Looking to throw. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least 1 home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Let's go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
All right, here we go. Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Play action. Garoppolo. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A huge gain of 40 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Going to give this time to the tailback. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And it's a fumble. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. He's got daylight. The 40. Past the 20. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Huge, huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. So the D-line's going to spread out. To throw is Garoppolo. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So I can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Gone! Hurry up, here we go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Calais Campbell, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Here comes the 49ers punter now. Back deep, J.J. Nelson. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. Play clock winding down. He'll drop to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarkrisky Tart. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
This is such a good read defensively. They know that this offense is going to try to get the ball to their playmaker in space. So what do? They crowd him and send bodies at him. And this one winds up being intercepted.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. A Shotgun snap for Garoppolo. That is caught at the 7. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Now let's go. Now check.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. Buying time to his left. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Jimmy Garoppolo on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the 49ers have moved out in front. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
This will be taken very short. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Taylor running the option left. And some room to roam now. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
So this brings up a 2nd and 2.
Here we go.
And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So it'll be 1st down here after the run. Now back to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. They'll set up to throw. He finds Randall Cobb on the completion. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He hit his first one. This from 44 yards out now. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you cross-country to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando with our halftime report. Here's Larry Ridley. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter. No time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Had a great move on the play as he takes this one past the 25. It's a gain of 5, and they're going to have a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Niners on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And Anderson's got it. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. On play action, it's Garoppolo. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Calais Campbell, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So the sack of Garoppolo, and now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Garoppolo now. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Here comes the 49ers punter now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Accelerating, and off he goes. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Cardinals. Spencer Ware, 83 yards. And the Cardinals have retaken the lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. He sets to fire deep. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now it's 2nd and 7. Now Garoppolo. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's brought down. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back.
But he was stopped on that play. But he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Quincy Enunwa, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have retaken the lead. And that will make this a 4-point game. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. Here's the punter Gay now to send this one away. This is taken at the 3. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They run it here. Where? And nice yardage right off the bat here as he's up to about the 24-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
Detroit! Let's go!
He'll look to throw. A battle for it here, and this will be caught. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Set. 319. 319. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Let's go. Blue landing.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. And just a yard on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 4.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And he gets the carry. And he is knocked down from the side around the 37.
Well, that wasn't just a loss. That was a loss of big yardage there. So the sense you're starting to get is that offensively things are starting to pile up against them. And they've got to find a way to stop that. Conversely, how about the great call by the defensive coordinator? He realized that he's got him on the run a little bit. That call was made to get upfield penetration by his defensive front to try and get into the gaps, get upfield into the backfield, and make a big play.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Back up, Philly. Here we go.
And now here's a carry heading left. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now the Purdue man. This is Akeem Hunt. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now a handoff here to his running back. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And the defense in desperate need of a stop. They have to get off the field and get the ball back to their offense if they want a chance. And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this third down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. A toss play to Hunt. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And his kick here is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You're able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
J.J. Nelson now to return. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Design run for their wideout. That's some strong running. And he powers his way up past the 30. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Cardinals got to go quickly, hustling to the line.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The Cardinals on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
Gets hit and the ball is loose. Fortunately, he's able to recover himself, but the clock's still rolling here.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
He'll look to throw. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Taylor going to run the option right. And some space here. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 9 yards on the first down. Keeper it at 2nd and 1. Clock now under 30 ticks and running. Back to throw. And this is caught at the 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. First down now, but the clock continues to move. And now down to 14 as he spikes it to stop the clock. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And now it's 2nd and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. And now time for one final play that has to be obviously in the end zone.
I can't wait to see what they call, but you want to get it to your best player. Sometimes you have to do it by formation. Move everyone to one side, and maybe he gets a one-on-one isolated on the backside.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal.
Here we go now. Leopard! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it. Go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now.
Well, win it right now. Have the momentum. Go ahead and get it done.
And it's up and good. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how to... So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken near the 13, and he'll be knocked down sideways. So out now come the Cardinals. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
All right, here we go. Blue landed. Blue landed. Watch out. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Now Spencer Ware slow to get up. And we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're going to just roam and hit.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Back to throw here. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. Well done by the defense. They did their job here in overtime.
Boy, did they ever, because now it's 4th and really long. So if you do decide to go for it, people think you might be a little bit on the nut side, don't they? But guess what? If I did decide to go for it, I'd call something deep. I'd throw a deep pass and hope that the defense didn't remember to just knock it down. If they intercept it, it's almost like a great punt and helps out your defense with field position.
The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Part 1 is done, now part 2. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. So the offense has it 1st and 10. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And this one is incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Now a handoff, running off tackle right. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Leopard. Hurry up, here we go. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. No. Check. Patriot. Over. All right, now, lucky 56. Gun.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down.
Set. Boom. All right, now, lucky 56.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now.
They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And a great spot to start this drive from here. They give to the fullback on the dive. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. Second down, 8. And again this time to the tailback. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards. They just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because they had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL.